How are we, my friends? You are very welcome along to Tuesday evening's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. Today, we're going to be speaking about Marc Guehi, HATO, a little bit on Darwin Nunez. We're going to be talking about Liverpool striker searches. Isak and Ekitike's names are still being mentioned, and a couple of other bits and pieces that, as always, will keep you right up to date with where we are in this summer's transfer window. Today is, of course, Milos Tuesday, so we'll be talking about that as well, as we have gotten the word from Fabrizio Romano that all has been done and dusted. So we'll take you through it all over the next few minutes. Tonight, though, we will be a little bit late than normal starting our stream. 9 o'clock start time for tonight. So, again, hope you can join us for that one. But for now, let's get stuck into the news. Right. Liverpool's spending isn't done this summer, said Sky Sports News. They're trying to build a squad that will dominate for the next 5 to 6 years. Now, just let that sit there for a minute. Build a squad that will dominate for the next 5 to 6 years. That is music to my ears, my friends, and I hope to yours as well. Arne Slot wants to make his mark on Europe next season, say Sky Sports. So sign me up for that one, Arne. I'm very much on board. Let's talk about Darwin Nunez for a second. So, Alfredo Padula has said Darwin Nunez is prioritising a move to Napoli after receiving several offers this summer. The Italian side are working to find an agreement, with Liverpool wanting €50 million or about £42-43 million for the player. Surely this one gets done. Napoli have money, we know that. If he's agreed terms with them, or at least likes the project and wants to move there, then surely Napoli are going to have to come forward with that money. Right, let's talk Marc Guehi. So, Greg Evans and James Pearce, writing for The Athletic, have said that Marc Guehi is rated, but with only 12 months left on his contract, any follow-up interest in this window will depend heavily on the asking price. Now, the reason we have the title of this video as we are is because there are reports that Arne Slot spoke with Marc Guehi, and apparently he's been told that he would be ahead of Ibrahim Konate in the pecking order should he come in. So that's Arne's promise. That's what the title of, or the thumbnail of today's video is about. More on that to come. Right, back to David Ornstein. Liverpool have conducted impressive early work this summer by recruiting Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz and Milos Kerkez. But that activity is likely to be followed by a pause while they observe market developments. This is what we've been saying for a while here on the channel. We did expect these three to be done early doors, and then Liverpool to kind of sit back, observe the market, see how the forward side of things is looking. Obviously, defensively, they have to keep talking with Konate. We know Jarell Quansah is on his way to Leverkusen, so Liverpool just going to be a little bit more observant, shall we say. So don't expect new deals to be coming in like this over the next few weeks. Again, we've always said probably a few sales now. Liverpool look to observe, sort the centre-back situation out, and then I would gauge that a forward will probably be the last bit of business. Greg Evans, also of The Athletic, has said Murillo of Nottingham Forest is well liked by Liverpool, but is expected to be valued too high. He's a name that many of you guys have brought up in conversation on streams and when we've interacted with each other. And again, a lot of respect there from me as well for Murillo, but we've always known that the valuation that Forest have there is, well, it's quite high. Greg Evans again, this time about Ajax defender Jarell Quansah, who is expected to attract strong interest this summer, and Liverpool could enter the conversation. So what we're hearing is, I'm not saying it's one or the other, but for now, the Quansah situation will lead to Liverpool looking at either Marc Guehi or Jarell Quansah. There is a world where potentially both could come in, but right now, it's seeming like with Quansah on the way out, it's either going to be Marc Guehi or Jarell Quansah for the next centre-back, and then we'll see what happens with Konate. So again, we'll keep you up to date with that one. Let's go to striker situation for the next one. So David Ornstein has said, and this is pretty obvious to be fair, Liverpool's admiration for forwards such as Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike is well documented, but there is nothing significant in motion at present. Pretty much again, like we've all known, there's not an abundance of attackers out there that make you think, yeah, there's value in that, go get them. Ekitike is the interesting one, obviously, so keep an eye on that situation. Isak's name just won't go away, but nor will the crazy valuations, as we said. So, again, I think that'll probably be the last bit of business Liverpool look to do in the summer, as maybe clubs get a little bit tetchier as the end of the window approaches. Let's talk about what I mentioned a moment ago, Marc Guehi getting those assurances from Arne Slot. So Mick Brown, former football scout, has said this to Football Insider. Marc Guehi is good enough to start for any team in the world. He is as good as any defender available at the moment, and it is not a surprise that Liverpool want him. He's faced every challenge that's put in front of him in his career, including at international level, so I'd expect him to deal with the pressure of playing for Liverpool. Marc Guehi is as dependable as any defender you could think of and will be a top signing. Now here's the interesting part with this one. From what I hear, the manager will be prepared to offer him a role in the starting 11 because he's an upgrade on Canade at the back. Now, I want to know what you guys think of that. He's an upgrade on Canade at the back. Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. Continuing on, he said, Slot is speaking to Guehi and his representatives and making it clear what his role will be. Liverpool have got a few concerns about Canade because he's got a mistake in him. They got away with a few last year because of their position, but that won't always be the way. Palace are asking for around 50 million for Guehi. They won't be put off by that price tag. If he's the one they want, and it looks like it is, I expect him to get it done. So there we go, former scout there expecting Liverpool to get the deal done. Let's move on to speak about Federico Chiesa for a minute. This piece here said Federico Chiesa is wanted by AS Roma. The Italian is said to be returning to Serie A after just one season in the Premier League. Chiesa wants to move to play regular first-team football after being on the fringes of Arne Slot's side during their title-winning campaign. Now we move on to Marc Guehi alternatives. It's quick today, folks, so you're going to have to stay with me. I haven't even had a chance to catch the breath yet, as you can probably hear. I'm trying to get through it all. According to The Athletic, Jarell HATO could be considered as an alternative to Marc Guehi at Liverpool. It is said that his ability to play at left back is an attractive appeal to the Reds, while Nottingham Forest Murillo is also of interest. However, he is expected to be too expensive due to being under contract till 2029. Now you got to join me tonight because I'm going to have a little rant about Steve Nicol. He never seems to have anything positive to say about Liverpool, despite being a former player, and I'm going to try and hold him to task a little bit later on. So do join me for that at 9 o'clock. This one from Alex Crook said Darwin Nunez is pushing for a move to Napoli. And finally, the big one of the day, Fabrizio Romano, Milos Kerkez can now be considered as a Liverpool player. Deal signed, also club-to-club stuff done. Medical completed and contract sealed with the left-back joining Liverpool for £40 million from Bournemouth. Here we go, confirmed. Official statement next. So that is where we are at for now, ladies and gents. As always, if you do want this news before everybody else, get across and join the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp channel by scanning that QR code that you can see there on the screen. As I mentioned earlier on, we'll be back live tonight at about 9 o'clock. My son's graduating from school today, so we're doing that, hence the slight delay with the stream. But we will be back to take you through all of these stories, to rant a little bit about Stevie Nicol as well, and hopefully celebrate the signing of Milos Kerkez. We'll see you tonight, 9 o'clock. Appreciate your support as always. Much love. Bye-bye.